Hello and welcome to another edition of Hey Midlife. My name is Sarah Green. I am a women's midlife coach, and today we're going to talk about habits and how to break ones that are considered bad. Of course, habits themselves are good and bad, so to speak. Some habits are healthy, some habits not so much. But at one point in your life, whatever you consider now a bad habit or one that doesn't serve you well was actually good as far as a small part of your brain is concerned. And that small part of your brain is the part of your brain that's trying to keep you safe and secure and feeling calm as possible because everything remains the same. It's the part of your brain that loves familiarity, it loves patterns, it loves repetition. It is trying to keep you as calm and safe as possible in order to survive, right? So this is going to sound really weird, and you're going to feel kind of dorky doing it, but here's what I want you to do. When there is a habit that you no longer want to have in your life, but has been with you for decades, keeping you safe, you need to tell that part of your brain that you're okay. So you actually have to say the words, "You're safe," to you. You have to speak to yourself. You have to talk to yourself, which, let's face it, we do all the time. This time we're going to do it specific to this particular part of your brain that's trying to hold on to familiarity so much that it overrides your actual common sense, because you know that whatever this habit is isn't serving you well, whether it's unhealthy or unproductive or just something that you just want to get rid of. Trying to force yourself to stop doing a habit that you view in this way is impossible. You will not override with pure force or willpower this particular portion of your brain, because it is survival, man. This is the part of your brain that's keeping you, as far as it's concerned, totally alive, right? So you're not going to be able to just talk yourself out of doing it by forcing yourself not to do it. But you are going to be able to talk yourself out of it by telling this particular part of your brain that you're okay and that everything's fine and that you're totally safe and that you don't need this anymore in order to feel that way. My personal examples, I have two. One is whenever I take a long-ish car ride, so like call it over an hour, my go-to is Tim Hortons for coffee. It's like habitual, ritual. It keeps me obviously feeling safe because it is a habit, but I know it's not good for me because A, that coffee is just shitty, and B, I drink way too much coffee anyway, and I don't want that habit in my life anymore. So I, in all my dorkiness, will say, "You're safe," whenever I go near a Tim Hortons drive-through en route. My other one is watching Judge Judy with a bowl of sour cream and onion chips. That is such a comfort for me, and I cannot or couldn't find myself able to override that habit, even though I knew there's zero nutrition in sour cream and onion chips, and it's such a waste of my time to watch Judge Judy, that I would try and force myself not to do it, but I would end up in that chair with the bowl of chips, watching Judge Judy and feeling kind of shitty about myself for doing so. Just like I would feel shitty if I went through the drive-thru and picked up a coffee when I knew I didn't need the coffee. I already felt slightly nauseous from all the coffee I'd already consumed that day. And maybe it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, where I know, as a holistic nutritionist, what caffeine does to your adrenals, etc., right? So instead, I was like, okay, Sarah, clearly willpower and, knowledge isn't enough. So I thought about it, and I realized that I just need to talk to this part of me that feels that these are the things that are keeping me safe. And by saying, "You're safe, it's okay," with a deep sigh, like a nice deep breath, and with a smile on my face, I can actually drive past the drive-through now without feeling that desperate need. And I can sit down and watch Judge Judy if I want to without a bowl of chips. I can choose not to watch Judge Judy now. The difference is, if I do decide to go through the drive-through for a cup of coffee, or if I do decide to grab that bowl of chips, I was going to say bag, sometimes maybe, truth, or if I do decide to sit down and just watch Judge Judy, even though I know I've got a lot of other things I could be doing, I'm doing it for the pure enjoyment of those things. I'm not doing it because there's a part of me that is driving me towards this against my will. I am willingly going forth into the drive-thru. I am willingly going forth into the kitchen to get the bag of chips. I am willingly going to sit down in that chair and turn on YouTube to check out Judge Judy. I have made my own choice, and that is freedom. That is total freedom. So I'm not doing it because with this sort of guilt and feeling shitty about myself and, oh my God, I shouldn't be doing this, and like stress. I'm doing it because, yeah, you know what? I want it. And it's my choice. It's my choice whether I'm going to have the shitty coffee or have the shitty bowl of chips or waste my time watching Judge Judy. It's me doing that, not this part of me that is forcing me to do it. I hope you can tell the difference of that. So go forth and be really dorky with it. Okay? So you're going to say like, you're safe, you're fine, have a look around, everything's good, you're totally fine, everything's okay. I want you to repeat that. When these habits come forth and are sort of forcing you, it's almost like it's out of control, right? I want you to get your control back by controlling that part of your brain. You, as this wise midlife woman who no longer needs whatever habit it was for decades that has been formed, you know better. And that part of you that knows better, that wise part of you, is going to tell the more primitive part of you, the scared part of you, that you're safe and everything's fine. Okay, coming from Merrickville on my dog walk. There's my boy. So we're gonna head back now. All right, I hope that helps. Go forth, be dorky with it until it becomes sort of natural where you actually enjoy telling yourself you're safe, because you are.